So you're going to Sequoia National Park and you're thinking about doing the lake trail. Here's everything that you need to know. What's up everyone? My name's Jolie, welcome to my YouTube channel. And not too long ago, my best friend and I just came back from Sequoia National Park and did the lake trail hike, which was one of the most epic hikes I've ever gone on. We climbed to almost 9,500 feet of elevation to see Pear Lake, and it was absolutely breathtaking. If you are actually planning on going on this hike, it is important that you do a little bit more research and that you get everything aligned unless you are a hiking expert and you know exactly what to do. My friend and I absolutely loved the trail. It was definitely hard. It took the whole day. We woke up at 5:30, got to the trailhead at 7 o'clock, used the bathroom, and started along our ways. We started off very slow to make sure that we could get acclimated to the elevation change. You are climbing over 3,000 feet of elevation, so you do have to be mindful about altitude sickness, especially if you have the tendency to overexert yourself. That will make it much worse. I myself have gotten elevation sickness a few times in fairly low elevation points because I overexerted myself and I'm simply not from that high of an elevation. So overexertion as well as hydration play two very big key parts into making sure that you don't get affected by the elevation when you are hiking these 3,000 plus feet elevation climb hikes. So now to get to the first lake, Heather Lake, it is about 4 miles in and it is all uphill. It is strenuous, it is tiring, and you will need breaks and bring plenty of water to make sure that you stay hydrated the entire time. Now you are hiking in bear territory, but you are in California, so you are only dealing with black bears, even though the appearance of some black bears can resemble that of a brown bear because of their color of their fur. But there is no need to be extremely alarmed. These are black bears and they are naturally more fearful of humans. No differently how you want a bear to leave you alone, the bear also wants to leave you alone as well. So respect nature and it will respect you as well. Make sure you do carry some safety equipment on you, maybe even a bear bell to not startle the bear. But most importantly, make sure you do bring bear mace when you are going on these sort of hikes. So now once we made it to Heather Lake, it was absolutely gorgeous, but we did have to be mindful because a storm started to come through. Luckily enough, the storm only lasted for about 10 minutes and it really wasn't that bad. It was just a light rain. So we were able to pause, wait, and determine if the weather was going to clear up to see if we continue hiking, and we did. About another half mile to a mile, you will reach Emerald Lake. And Emerald Lake is an absolutely gorgeous lake that you can camp at, not specifically on the lake, but you can camp around the area, and there is a bathroom here, which is very nice. So make sure you utilize that. Make sure you bring some wipes for yourself as well, and make sure to be respectful of the water. Don't use the lake as a bathroom when there is a bathroom nearby. Be respectful. This is a glacier-fed lake. It is very natural, very clean. So let's leave it at its peace and keep it beautiful for the fish and any other living organism in it, and for the other people enjoying it. Finally, about another mile in, you will reach Pear Lake, which is absolutely gorgeous. My friend and I saw a marmot running past. He got pretty close, but we both respected each other, gave each other our space, and did not intrude on one another. Now it's estimated that Pear Lake does sit a little bit lower at an elevation point in comparison to Emerald Lake, but both of these lakes are absolutely gorgeous and both of them take a lot of energy to get to. From the trailhead to Pear Lake, it is about 5.6 miles, so the entire hike is about 11.2 miles. This will cost you about your whole day. We started at 7 a.m. at the trailhead and didn't get back until about 3:30. We left our campsite at 6 a.m. to get to the trailhead, and we did not get back until 4 p.m. So this was a 10-hour hike. My friend was not aware of this, I was, but in case you are like my friend and you might stumble upon a really cool TikTok showing you some awesome lakes to hike to, simply be mindful of what you are getting yourself into. It's helpful to bring layers as it will get cold sometimes, It's nice to have trekking poles as well, especially for that hike back down. Some people consider a hike back down a mountain the most dangerous part because you are going downhill, and that's most commonly when your form does get a little sloppy. So it's important to be mindful and to be extra careful as you are heading down a mountain. It's also nice if you don't exert yourself too much in the beginning so you have plenty of energy as you're heading down. Of course, taking breaks is also just as important so you can recover in a short amount of time before you start heading back down the mountain. Now, there will see plenty of people on this trail. This isn't an unknown trail. You will likely see them later in the day. There will be people who are simply hiking to Emerald Lake to camp, and there are people trying to do the whole hike in one day like my friend and I. So the choice is yours, whatever you really want to do, but the views are absolutely gorgeous and you will not regret going on them. Make sure you have good pairs of shoes, make sure you have plenty of snacks, make sure you bring a camera, and make sure you do have a portable charger because both of our phones did die. Luckily, both of our watches were charged and we do have SOS alerts set on them in case something does happen. But once again, there were plenty of people on the trail, so there really wasn't much concern. It might also be helpful if you do carry the Sequoia Kings Canyon National Park map in case you do get a little lost on your walk back. Now, I hope I covered everything about the lake trail in Sequoia National Park. It's an absolutely gorgeous hike to do and you will not regret doing it. My best friend and I still sit here today in disbelief that we were almost 10,000 feet of elevation in the air and the next day we're down at 1,000 feet of elevation. So it's a really cool experience to give it a try with either your friends, your family, or simply by yourself. But make sure you do take proper precautions and you bring all important equipment with you to have the best time possible on the trail. Now, if I left any information out, please, as always, leave a comment in the description below so myself, along with others, can get as much information about the lake trail in Sequoia National Park as possible because this is one that you will not want to miss. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope this information that I provided can be of use, and I'll see you next time.